To your brain, there's very little difference between what it perceives in the outside world via the senses and on the inside via interoception. Whether or not you're aware of it, your physiological systems are always active. All the organs are doing their job, trying to keep you alive and in balance. And your brain is constantly involved in trying to interpret those ambiguous signals that it gets from your physiology so that it can guide your actions accordingly. So basically, your brain is constantly interpreting your inner physiological state and imposing it onto your reality, forming your outlook. When you feel calm and balanced on the inside, the world seems sunnier. People are friendlier, food tastes better, body aches are manageable, and in general, things are looking up. When you're feeling out of balance and cranky, that also reflects on your outlook. People seem mean, food doesn't taste as good, your body feels like a wreck, and in general, the world is coming to an end. So your whole worldview is based on how your brain had interpreted your physiological systems. So the key then to living a happier and healthier life is to keep our physiology in balance and get better at interpreting our physiological cues more consciously. And this is exactly what we will be doing in this yoga practice. So for the next hour, we will focus on developing interoception, our conscious ability to perceive the signals from inside the body. And we will also focus on balancing out our physiology, while at the same time we will be expressing appreciation to our bodies for doing this work that they do all day, every day, to keep ourselves happy, healthy, and in balance. This practice begins with a short awareness exercise done in a seated position. But if you don't feel comfortable sitting for extended period of time, you can do the same thing on your back with your knees bent and feet on the ground. I'm Olga Cable, yoga teacher and yoga therapist. Let's begin. We will begin in a comfortable seated position of your choice. So get settled now on a floor, block, bolster, or chair. Close your eyes. Take a moment to get settled. Continue to breathe comfortably and bring your attention to your body. Take a moment to scan your body from head to toe and notice how different parts of your body feel. Start with your head and neck. Notice how your shoulders and your upper back feel. Then check with your chest and your belly. Notice your lower back and hips. And then check with your legs and your feet. Did you encounter any areas that seem more vocal than others right now? Make a mental note. And then notice how your body feels physically overall. Whole body as a unit. And now bring your attention to your breath. Mentally follow the air as it enters your nostrils and imagine how the air is moving down into your lungs. And then imagine it moving up and out as you exhale. Notice how the areas around your lungs feel
Notice if there's any restriction there. Notice the depth of your inhalation and the length of your exhalation. Does one of them feel easier than the other? Do you feel any restriction in your breathing? And then shift your awareness to the area around your heart. Do you feel any tension or any restriction there? Can you sense your heartbeat? Take a moment to listen, to sense it. Do you feel the resonance of your heartbeat through the rest of the body? Can you feel your pulse anywhere? Maybe your wrists or your fingertips, your neck, anywhere else. Do you feel warm or cold right now? Can you sense your circulation? Are there any parts of the body where you feel an increase of circulation or decrease of circulation? And then shift your awareness to your belly and notice if you have any sensations there. Do you have any feeling of tightness? Or maybe queasiness? Or butterflies in your stomach? Or anything else? Take a moment to notice the sensations in your belly. Maybe the sense of pressure. Maybe the sense of density. Whatever you might feel. And now become aware of your skin all around your body. How does it feel to you? Does it feel soft or dry? Itchy or clammy? Or does it feel smooth and comfortable? Take a moment to notice how your skin feels right now. And whether or not you feel comfortable in your own skin. notice the overall feeling tone within your body. The quality of your energy, the quality of your sensations. Does your body feel relaxed or defensive? Does it feel resilient or not? Do you feel vital? Take a few moments to get a sense of the overall picture of your sensations on the inside. And now shift your awareness to the state of your mind. How does your mind feel right now? Does it feel cloudy or clear? Does it feel focused or distracted? Jumpy or grounded? And then drop your attention deep into your body and imagine your 37 trillion tiny, tiny cells that are constantly doing their job to ensure that you are safe and well. Every little cell in your body has one goal: to keep you safe, to keep everything working properly, to keep you in balance, to protect you from the world outside. As you continue to breathe, every time you inhale, say mentally, trillions of tiny cells. And as you exhale, say mentally again, trillions of tiny cells. And take several breaths like that. As you continue to breathe like that, see if you can imagine the activity of those tiny cells. And whether or not that activity gives you the sense of vibrancy, of being alive. Take a few more breaths like that. And as you continue to breathe here, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your body a little bit. And go ahead and transition down onto your back. Lie down on your back. bend your knees and hug your knees to the chest. Make sure that your head feels supported. And as you hold on to your knees, go ahead and wiggle your toes. Just feel your toes and their movement. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Keep your attention on your toes. Keep your hands on your knees and bring your attention to your feet and ankles. On the inhale, point your toes. And then as you exhale, flex your ankles and pull your toes toward your nose. And again, on the inhale, point your toes. And on the exhale, pull your toes toward the nose. Do that a couple more times, back and forth. Stay aware of the sensations in your feet and your ankles. And whenever you finish with your current repetition, place your hands under your knees. With the next inhalation, extend your right leg up toward the ceiling, pulling your heel up and your toes toward your nose. On the exhale, point the toes up toward the ceiling. On the inhale, push your heel up and point the toes toward the nose again. And on the exhale, bend your knee. Let's do it on the other side. On the inhale, extend your left leg and stretch up through your heel. On the exhale, point your toes up. On the inhale, push the heel up again, toes toward the nose. And on the exhale, bend the knee. Continue to move like that. Extend your right leg up. Stretch up through the heel. Feel your whole leg from the hip to the toes. And then point the toes. Stay aware of your leg. Push the heel back up. And then bend the knee. Continue to move like that, alternating sides. And every time you extend the leg, try to feel your leg from the hip into the knee, into the ankle, into the toes. The front of the leg and the back of the leg. Stay aware of the sensations in your leg. The sense of muscles contracting and muscles stretching. Anything else you might notice there? Sensations around your joints. And then after you do an even number on both sides, hug your knees to the chest again. With the next inhalation, extend your right leg up toward the ceiling, stretch up through your heel. On the exhale, slowly lower your leg down toward the ground, but don't touch the ground. Keep your leg straight. With the inhalation, raise your leg back up, stretch up. And on the exhale, bend your knee toward the chest. Let's do it on the other side. On the inhale, extend your left leg up, stretch up through your heel. On the exhale, lower your leg down. Don't touch the ground. On the inhale, raise your leg up, stretch up through the heel. And on the exhale, bend your knee. Continue to move like that. Extend your right leg up. Feel the activity of your leg. Lower your leg down as you exhale. Feel the action in your hip and your lower belly. Raise your leg back up as you stay aware of your right hip and your lower belly. And then bend your knee. Do the same on the other side. Pay close attention to the sensations in your leg, in your hip, and in your abdomen. Continue to breathe deeply. And stay aware of all the sensations of muscular contraction that you might feel in your hips and legs. After you do an even number on both sides, hug your knees to the chest. Keep your hands on your knees. On the inhale, extend your arms and move your thighs away from you. And as you exhale, pull your belly in and pull your thighs closer toward yourself. Do this movement several times back and forth. Keep your attention on your hips and your lower back. Notice how they feel. Notice the rhythmic contraction of your abdomen with every exhalation. And then keep your knees bent and place your feet down on the ground. Keep your feet and your knees together. Extend your arms in front of you and place your palms together. With the inhalation, bring your knees apart and arms apart, widening your chest and stretching through your inner thighs. And as you exhale, bring the knees toward each other and extend your arms forward again. Press your knees and your palms into each other. On the inhale, bring your arms and your knees apart again, slowly with control. And as you exhale, move your knees and your hands back in toward each other. Continue to move like that, opening up as you inhale and closing as you exhale. And as you continue to move like that, notice the sensations in your hips and in your belly, as well as sensations in your chest. After you finish with your current repetition, bring your knees back up and extend your arms forward. Keep your knees bent with your feet about hip distance apart and knees not touching. Reach forward with your fingertips. And with the exhalation, bend your elbows and bring your upper arms out to the side into the T shape and press your upper arms down as you lift the chest up a bit. With the inhalation, extend your arms forward again. And as you exhale again, bend your elbows, bring them down and out as you press your upper arms into the ground and lift the chest up slightly. Repeat this movement a few more times. Stay aware of the sensations in your upper back and your shoulders. Be sure to engage your upper middle back when you press your upper arms down into the floor. And then next time when you extend your arms forward, stay here. Extend the arms in front of you and interlace the fingers. Lean your knees in so that they rest against each other. Take a deep breath here. And with the exhalation, turn your upper body and your head to your right, bringing your arms to your right as well. And on the inhale, raise your arms back up, returning back to the center. On the exhale, turn your upper body to your left, look to your left. And on the inhale, return back to the center. Continue to move like that from side to side, keeping your lower body stable. Pay attention to the sensations in your upper back and your neck as you move back and forth. Continue to move with your breath. And whenever you do an even number on both sides, go ahead and extend your legs down and put your arms on the floor next to you. With the next inhalation, raise your arms up, reach up high and stretch through the entire body. Stay here and exhale, relaxing your arms, legs, and torso. And on the inhale, stretch again. You can interlace the fingers and turn your palms up if you like. Stretch through the entire body. And as you exhale, soften and release. Do this twice more and see if you can feel the engagement throughout the entire body, from your toes all the way up into your hands. Do it one more time with your breath. And then release. Bring your arms down. Bend your knees. Roll onto your side. And transition up onto your hands and knees. Align your wrists underneath your shoulder joints and your knees underneath your hip joints. With the inhalation, lift your chest forward and up and widen your collarbones. And as you exhale, bring your elbows down, your tailbone down toward the heels, and relax your neck. On the inhale, come on up onto your hands and knees again. Widen your collarbones, lift your chest. And then curl the toes under. And as you exhale, lift your knees off the ground. Stretch from your palms into your tailbone. Relax your neck. We'll continue to move through this cycle. With the inhalation, bring your knees down and lift your chest forward and up. Feel your upper body from the top of the head to your tailbone. And as you exhale, bring your forearms down, tailbone down toward the heels. And feel your lower body from the hips to the toes. Come back up onto your hands and knees. Lift your chest. Feel your body from the top of the head into the tailbone. And then curl the toes under. Lift your knees off the ground. Lift into downward facing dog. And feel your body from the hips all the way down into your feet. Continue to move through this cycle on your own. Shift your awareness to the upper body as you inhale and to the lower body as you exhale. And then next time when you end up in downward facing dog, stay there. With the next inhalation, carry your upper body forward, shoulders over your wrists, and continue to lower your hips as you lift your chest forward and up, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chin up a bit, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, push back into the starting position, bend the knees a bit, and stretch from your palms into your tailbone. Again, on the inhale, carry your upper body forward, lower your hips, and lift your chest up. Widen your collarbones and feel the front of your body. And as you exhale, return into downward facing dog, stretch, and become aware of the back surface of your body. Again, inhale forward into upward facing dog. Feel the front of your body. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Feel the back of your body. Do this one more time on your own, please. You can always put your knees down to the ground if you feel like it. And then next time when you move into the downward facing dog, stay here. Little by little, walk your hands towards your feet so you end up standing on your feet. Take a deep breath here and then generously bend your knees, draping your chest over your thighs, and wrap your arms under your thighs. Make sure that your thighs don't go past parallel to the ground though. Relax your neck. Wrap yourself in this tight ball. Squeeze yourself closer together. And with the next inhalation, lead with the chest, straighten your legs, and go all the way up into standing and reach up high, stretching toward the ceiling. And with the exhalation again, bend your knees generously, place your chest over your thighs, and wrap your arms underneath your thighs. Relax your neck. And on the inhale, unfold as you lead with the chest, extend your legs and stand up, reaching up. Continue to move like that, folding your body into a tight ball as you exhale. And then unfolding it into this tight, taut string as you inhale. Do this 2 more times on your own, please. Keep your legs strong. Keep pressing your feet into the ground firmly every time you stand up. And then next time when you stand up, reach up high, stretch, and then lower your arms. Stand here with your feet about hip distance apart. Close your eyes. Breathe deep. Bring your attention to your body And scan your body from the feet up toward the top of the head. Notice how your feet support your weight. Notice how the muscles of the legs engage and release to keep your balance. Notice your knees, your hips, how they're involved in maintaining balance. Notice how your back, your chest, your neck and head stack up to stay in balance. Take a couple more breaths with that awareness. And then bring your attention to your breath. And notice how your breath feels right now. Does it feel any different from the beginning of the practice? Do you feel any difference in the rate or the depth of your breath? Do you feel any change in circulation? Maybe your body feels warmer now than it did before. Do you feel anything in your belly? Do you have more awareness of your belly? And how does your skin feel? Take a moment to sense the aliveness and vibrancy of your body. How does it feel to be alive and moving? And notice the state of your mind. Is there any change to the state of your mind from the beginning of the practice? And go ahead and open your eyes. Make sure that your feet are about hip distance apart. With the next inhalation, go ahead and step your right foot back, bending your left knee, and raising your arms up, coming into the lunge position, lifting your chest up. And on the exhale, step your right foot forward again, lower your arms. On the inhale, step your left foot back as you raise your arms and lift the chest, bending your front knee. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward. Continue to move like that. Step your right foot back. Keep your heel raised off the ground. Lift your chest up. And then step your right foot forward. And same with the left leg. Do this one more time on each side, please. Alternating sides. And then next time, step your right foot back and stay here. Make sure that your front knee doesn't go past the toes. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here and focus on stretching through the front of the body. Continue to breathe deeply. Every time you inhale, say mentally, trillions of tiny cells. And as you exhale, say the same thing, trillions of tiny cells. And as you continue to breathe here, see if you can sense those tiny cells doing their job within your body. With the next exhalation, step your right foot forward, lower your arms. And on the inhale, step your left foot back, raise your arms up and lift the chest. Make sure that your right knee doesn't go past the toes. And again, full deep breathing here, stretching through the front surface of the body, from your neck, through your chest, your hips, front of your leg, all the way back into your ankle. And as you continue to breathe, say mentally, trillions of tiny cells as you inhale. And repeat it again as you exhale, trillions of tiny cells. And try to sense them within yourself. And next time when you exhale, step your foot forward. Keep your feet about hip distance apart. With the inhalation, sweep your arms out and up and reach up high. And as you exhale, bend your knees, place your chest over your thighs, and bend down, relaxing your neck. Make sure that you don't bring your thighs below parallel to the ground. Wrap 2 fingers, your index and middle fingers of each hand, around your corresponding big toes. Hold on to them. With the next inhalation, try to flatten your back and straighten your legs best you can, while still holding onto your toes. And as you exhale, bend your knees and place your chest over your thighs, relax your neck. Let's do it again on the inhale. Flatten the back, pull your chest away from your navel, and extend your legs best you can, while still holding onto your toes. And on the exhale, fold back down. Do this movement 2 more times, please. And then next time, when you flatten your back and extend your legs, stay here. Keep your head in line with the spine. Try to keep your spine long, your arms long and taut, and your legs long and as straight as it's comfortable to you. Continue to breathe deeply here. Focus your attention on the back surface of your body, your upper, middle, lower back, your buttocks and the backs of the legs, soles of your feet. Continue to breathe here. As you inhale, say mentally, trillions of tiny cells, and repeat it again as you exhale. Continue to breathe like that, and keep your attention within your body. Notice how it feels on the inside. And with the next exhalation, bend your knees, drape down, let go of your toes. Press your feet firmly into the ground, bring your arms out to the sides, lead with the chest, and transition up into standing. Reach up high, stretch. And on the exhale, bring your arms down. Shift the weight of your body to your right foot and focus your eyes on something stable in front of you. Bend your left knee and see if you can hold on to your left ankle with your left hand. Roll your left shoulder back and keep your chest nice and wide. With the next inhalation, raise your right arm forward and up, lifting the chest and pulling your left knee slightly away from you. Stay here and exhale, hugging your waist in toward the middle. Continue to breathe in the pose, and every time you inhale, think of moving your chest and your left knee away from each other, stretching through the front surface of your body. And as you exhale, hug your waist in and hinge forward slightly over your right hip. Continue to breathe like that, with every inhalation stretching through the front surface of your body. And as you exhale, hugging the waist in and hinging forward a bit. Continue to breathe like that. Continue to expand your body in this pose by lifting the chest away from the navel and by pulling your left foot away from you while still holding on to your left ankle. Keep your entire body active and engaged. Breathe deeply. Pay very close attention to that sense of aliveness within your body. And then let go. Put your foot down. Bring your arm down. Shift the weight of the body from side to side. And then shift the weight of the body to your left foot. Focus your eyes on something stable. Bend your right knee and hold on to your right ankle with your right hand. Roll your right shoulder back. Lift your chest forward and up and pull your right knee slightly back. On the exhale, hug your waist in toward the middle, create support. With the inhalation, raise your left arm forward and up as you lift the chest up and pull your right knee away from it. And as you exhale, hug your waist in and hinge slightly forward over your left hip. Continue to breathe here. With every inhalation, continue to fill up this pose, making it more spacious by stretching through the front of the body and pulling your left foot away from you. With every exhalation, be sure to create stability in the center. And you can continue to hinge further forward. Breathe deep. Try to feel your whole body as a unit. And notice your sensations on the inside as you breathe here. And then let go of your ankle. Put your foot down and lower your arm. Stand up tall. Close your eyes. Take a couple of breaths here. And as you breathe, notice how you feel inside. Feel the aliveness and vibrancy of your body. And little by little transition down onto your knees, please. Stand on your knees. With the inhalation, sweep your arms out and up and reach up high. And as you exhale, fold down, bringing your chest over your thighs and placing your hands on your lower back, relaxing your neck. On the inhale, go back up, sweeping your arms out and up, reach up high. Stay up here. On the exhale, turn to your right, arms out to the sides and look back. On the inhale, turn forward, raising your arms up. On the exhale, turn to your left, arms out, look back. Inhale, turn forward, reaching up high. And as you exhale, fold back down, chest over your thighs, hands on your lower back, and relax your neck. Continue to move like that. On the inhale, lift up and stretch. Exhale, turn to your right, arms out. Inhale, back to the center, reach up. Exhale, turn to your left, arms out, look back. Inhale back to the center and fold back down. Go through the entire cycle one more time, please. And as you do, try to feel your whole body moving. Try to sense your entire body from the inside. And then fall down and stay down. Take a couple of breaths here. You can put your arms on the floor next to you. Relax your neck. After a couple of breaths here, go ahead and transition up onto your hands and knees, and then transition down to the ground. Place your forearms on the ground and forehead on the floor. Keep your legs straight and put your legs together. With the next inhalation, lift your upper body up as you raise your legs and move your legs apart. And on the exhale, come down right ear to the ground. Again, on the inhale, lift up, bring your legs apart, widen your collarbones, head to the center. And on the exhale, come back down, left ear to the ground. Do this movement 2 more times on your own, alternating the movement of the head. Full deep breathing. And you can continue with the same movement, or you can add an extra, more challenging element to it. So keep your legs together and extend your arms along the body. With the next inhalation, lift your upper body and your legs, bringing your legs wide apart and sweeping your arms out and forward at the same time. On the exhale, return into the starting position, right ear to the ground. Again, on the inhale, lift everything up, legs apart, arms move out and forward, lift your chest, head is in line with the spine. And on the exhale, return back into the starting position. Do this movement 2 more times on your own, please, and see if you can feel the entire body moving. Feel the entire body working. And after you finish your current repetition, go ahead and roll onto your back. Hug your knees to the chest. Place your hands on your knees. On the inhale, move your thighs away from you. And as you exhale, pull your belly button in and hug your thighs in toward yourself. Do this movement a few times with your breath, back and forth. Keep your awareness primarily on the back of your body, lower back, buttocks. And after you finish your current repetition, keep your knees bent, form like a 90-degree angle at your knees, and bring your arms out to the sides. Try to keep your knees together. With the next exhalation, bring both knees down to your right as you turn your head to your left. And on the inhale, return everything back to the center. On the exhale, move your knees to your left as you turn your head to your right. And then return back to the center. Continue to move like that, moving your legs and your head in the opposite directions. Back and forth with your breath. And pay attention to the sensations on the side of the body. Notice how they feel. Do this movement 1 more time on each side, please. And after you do it an even number on both sides, roll onto your side and transition up into a seated position. Extend your legs forward in front of you. You can always sit up on a bolster or a block. On the inhale, raise your arms up. And as you exhale, gradually bend forward, laying your chest over your thighs. And wrap 2 fingers of each hand, your index and middle fingers, around your big toes. Hold on. Relax your neck. With the next inhalation, flatten the back, pulling your chest away from the navel so that your arms become taut, and try to keep your legs fairly straight, maybe a little bent in your knees. Then with the exhalation, use the strength of your arms a bit to pull yourself down towards your thighs. And again, on the inhale, lift your upper body up a bit, pull the chest away from the navel, long spine, long arms, long legs. On the exhale, pull your belly button in and use your arms a bit to pull yourself down toward your legs. Relax your neck. Do this movement 2 more times back and forth, please. Up and down with your breath. And the next time when you move down into the pose, stay there. Take a couple of breaths here. Stay aware of the back surface of your body. Notice how it feels. Continue to breathe deeply. You can extend your legs more or bend your knees a bit more as necessary. But we need your chest to be folded over your thighs. And then let go of your toes. On the inhale, reach forward with your arms, lead with the chest and go up. And as you exhale, bring your arms down. Transition onto your back, please. Bend your knees. Put your feet on the ground. Keep your feet about hip distance apart, pretty close to your buttocks. Arms are extended along the body. With the inhalation, roll your hips up as you raise your right arm up over your head, stretch. And on the exhale, roll down, bring your arm down, and turn your head away from the moving arm. On the inhale, roll back up as you raise your left arm up, head returns to the center, back of the neck is long. And on the exhale, roll down, lower your arm, and turn your head away from the moving arm. Continue to move like that with your breath, please, up and down. Keep your legs strong, keep pressing your feet into the ground every time you go up. With every inhalation, focus on sensing the front of your body, especially your belly, your hips, and your thighs. And also stay aware of the sensations in your neck. After you do an even number on both sides, go ahead and make your way back down. Hug your knees to the chest for a moment. You can circle your knees away from each other if you like. And then make your way into a comfortable resting position of your choice. Get settled there. Continue to breathe comfortably. And as you breathe, scan your body from head to toe and notice how it feels. Notice your head, your neck, shoulders, upper back, chest, belly, lower back, hips, legs, ankles and feet. Notice how your physical body feels overall. And bring your attention to your breath. Notice how your breathing feels. Whether or not it feels different from the beginning of the practice, from the middle of the practice. How does it feel to inhale? And how does it feel to exhale? What kind of sensations do you have around your lungs, in your chest, upper back? And then shift your awareness to the area around your heart. What kind of sensations do you have there? Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you feel your pulse anywhere in the body? Do you feel warm or cold? How does your belly feel? Do you have any sensations there? And if so, what kind? And how does your skin feel? Do you feel comfortable in your own skin right now? And then notice the state of your mind. Is there any change from the beginning of the practice? Continue to breathe deeply and relax fully into the pose. Stay aware of subtle sensations within your body. See what you can sense on the inside. Take another breath or two here. Little by little, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch if you feel like stretching. And then little by little, bend your knees one at a time. Roll onto your side. Rest there for a moment. And then gradually make your way up into a comfortable seated position of your choice. So sit on the floor, block, bolster, or chair, whatever works best. Sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders. Connect the thumb and the ring finger of each hand, and then cross your index finger over the middle one. And then rest your wrists like that over your knees, or wherever it's comfortable. This is Pali Mudra. Continue to breathe deeply and comfortably. As you continue to breathe, drop your attention deep into your body and see if you can imagine those 37 trillion tiny cells within your body that are constantly doing their job, constantly making sure that you're safe and well. And each one of those cells needs oxygen to do its job properly. So bring your attention to your breath. And with your inhalation, imagine inhaling many, many, many molecules of air that rush into your body. And then as you exhale, imagine that the air doesn't exit your body, but continues to circulate throughout it, as if you are exhaling on the inside. And again, as you inhale, imagine inhaling all those molecules of air. And as you exhale, keeping those molecules within your body, imagine those molecules circulating throughout your entire system, filling it up. So you become full to a brim. Continue to breathe like that. Inhale, fill yourself up. And exhale without the air exiting the body, as if. Continue to circulate it throughout your system, as if you were exhaling on the inside. Continue to breathe like that and imagine yourself becoming fuller and more spacious. Continue to breathe like that, and every time you inhale, say mentally, trillions of tiny cells. And as you exhale, say mentally again, trillions of tiny cells. Continue to breathe like that, filling yourself up and exhaling on the inside, as if. let go of that image and continue to breathe normally and comfortably. And as you do, pay attention to your inner sensations. What do you feel on the inside? What kind of messages is your body sending you? Take time and listen patiently to those messages. Is there anything that your body is trying to communicate to you? The only way to find out is to be quiet and listen. Take another breath or two here. With the next inhalation, sweep your arms out and up, reach up high. And as you exhale, bring your palms together in front of your chest. Relax your chin down. Stay here and take a few moments to express gratitude and appreciation to all those tiny, tiny cells that keep you alive and well, working tirelessly all day and all night. Take a few deep breaths with that sense of gratitude and appreciation. And thank you for joining me today. Namaste.